simple and tender, and briefly he is regretful for all the anxiety he knows she will face. But it can't be helped. He has been called. More than that, he has been chosen, and there is something he must do. The wife says, "I guess you better get started." "I guess I'd better," Noe agrees. But there is a small, sad glitter in his wife's eyes, and he looks away while he speaks. This is what happened when Noe received the vision. He was in the mustard field, yellow flowers in all directions, so bright they seared his corneas. Zephyrs ruffled them like silks on a line, like the surface of a pond. Dazzled by the shimmer, Noe strode through the patch, walking staff clutched in his gnarled right hand. His mind was busy with thoughts of trade, of what he could get from Dinar the peddler in exchange for a few hundredweight of mustard grains, of olives from his grove, of goat's milk and hen's eggs and sheep's wool. Some wine, perhaps, to fend off the midwinter dankness, or a few bolts of eastern cloth, or some salt. Yes, definitely some salt. Doubtless the wife would have suggestions, too. A copper pot, a better loom. Always there was something. Thank Yahweh he had no daughters to marry off, and no dowries to accumulate. He heard the bleat of a lamb nearby. The sheep were supposed to be far to the east, on the hillsides with Japheth. Had one strayed? Noe. The voice did not come from outside his head so much as inside. He staggered, but kept walking. Noe. His hands were pressing against his forehead without his knowing it. Who? Noe. He felt a physical pressure behind his temples, a gentle swelling against the inside of his skull. Though disconcerting, it felt in no way alarming. "I am here." "Yes, Lord," he managed to stammer. "Noe, you are a good man. There are few such." Noe said nothing. "I am pleased with you and your sons. There are many I am not pleased with. Do you understand what I am saying?" "Not exactly, my lord." "The unbelievers shall be destroyed." Little more than a whisper. "Destroyed?" "They shall be drowned in a flood of righteousness and brought before me for judgment." Noe felt his bladder loosen, and hot urine streamed down his thigh. "As you wish, Lord. I pray that you will look with mercy upon my sons and myself, though we deserve it not. Fear not, Noe. I have plans for you." Noe had long since stopped walking. Around him the hallucinatory vision of burning golden flowers filled his eyes with tears. "You are going to build a boat, Noe. Not just any boat. Something enormous, hundreds of cubits, big enough for you and your family and their families. Do you understand?" "Yes, Lord." "When it is complete, you will collect every animal you can account for, male and female, as many as possible. Put them on this boat and provision it well, because you know not how long you will be afloat. There will be a deluge." "I'll do as you instruct." "When the rain stops, you and your families and the animals you save shall go forth and fill the land again. All else shall perish." Noe nodded. It was either that or fall over. If he hadn't pissed himself already, he would do so now. "Lord, about this vessel." "Make it big," advised Yahweh. 100 cubits? 300. 50 wide and 30 tall, with 3 decks and tar inside and out, and a pair of doors set into the side tall enough for 3 men. Despair chewed through him like a maggot. "My lord, that is immense indeed. It will take time." And would, he thought to himself, but didn't say aloud. Not that it mattered. "Time I will give, and timber others will bring you, if you but have faith enough." And then Yahweh, the Lord God of Noah's ancestor Adam and Adam's son Seth, evaporated from Noah's mind. "Lord?" No answer. Noah's thoughts alone were present in Noah's head. He blinked. Tears tracked down his face, and dry urine tugged stickily among the hairs on his calf. The sun toiled down relentlessly, reflected back by 1,000 tiny mustard blossoms. In their midst stood a dirty gray-white smudge, one of Noe's lambs, far astray and bleating furiously. Noe took this as a sign. He took many things as signs. He rushed the lamb, who stood riveted, as if too startled to jump away. The old man scooped the animal and murmured, "You're coming with me. You'll be the first." "Ah," answered the lamb. With purpose now, Noe made for the farm buildings, square, whitewashed things like cubes of dirty chalk in the distance. His bony, bowed legs pumped vigorously, belying his great age. Noe knew that great age was not an obstacle to great deeds. Fatigue could be overcome. Stiffness could be chased away. Forgetfulness could be managed, or even turned to one's own advantage. Yahweh's words rattled in his ears as he hurried on. "If you but have faith enough."
Chapter 2. The Wife. And Noe, when he was 500 years old, begot Sem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 5, verse 31.
So, when himself starts with the visions and the holy labors and the boat full of critters, what am I supposed to do? Talk sense? Ask questions he can't answer, like, how do you propose to keep the lions from eating the goats? Or us, for that matter. No thanks. I just fuss with the stew and keep my thoughts stitched up in my head where they belong. Long ago I quit asking questions. A person learns fast that with himself there's not a lot in the way of conversation. He talks, proclaims, pontificates. Other people nod. That's how he likes it. Does he even know my name? Don't bet on it. It's been years now, decades, since I've heard anyone speak it, least of all him. I'm the wife now, no more, no less. I can even pinpoint the day I gave up trying to change this. It was on the ride here, the afternoon of our nuptial feast, in fact. I'd been the wife since mid-morning. I'm nothing if not a quick study. The day I left my father's holding for good, 40-odd years ago, I rode side-saddle on a mule behind the old man who was, by repute, on the far side of 500. Mule didn't look a lot younger. I didn't mind. I was ready for some adventure, which should give an idea of just how empty my head was back then. Himself was a novelty, all right. Lizard skin and hands like roots. Big cloud of hair like a patch of uncut wool dragged through the dust a few dozen times. About the only thing with sharp edges were his eyes, blue like thick ice. Only I didn't know that then, never having seen thick ice up to that point. Or thin ice either. They could snap onto you and choke you off mid-sentence. Or they did me anyway. At first I tried asking him things on that ride home. I was only a girl after all, and had never seen him before. Knew his reputation, of course. Everyone knew about ageless Noe. Some said he was a devil, but most said he was touched by Yahweh. Grandson of Methuselah, himself grandson to Jared, the whole lot of them able to trace their ancestors back 1,000 years to Adam himself, to Eden and the fall. But then, that wasn't so special in those days. Plenty of folks could do it. My pa could do that himself, or so he claimed. Jared and Methuselah, though, that was something. Talk about a well-connected family. My pa was thrilled, simple man that he was. Poor as dust, with no dowry to speak of. And here's Noe saying he didn't care. Saying my pa's virtuous lifestyle and my own modest purity were treasures more valuable than any property. Pa laughed for 2 months straight about that. Then had a big feast and got me onto that mule pronto, before the old man could change his mind. Don't let me give the wrong impression. I was modest and pure as any 13-year-old could be, who'd started her cycles and woke up wet from time to time in the middle of the night. And my pa was virtuous, in a sort of hopeless, no-point-being-otherwise kind of way. What tickled him was the idea that he should be given credit for habits that he had fallen into more or less by chance. So there we are on the mule, saddlebags clanking, leather wine.